Hello and welcome to Free People Co-op Family and Friends. Whether you're someone who wants to get rid of debt or even build up your savings or even start a new project, this is for you. In this video, you're going to learn about a simple yet powerful economic gifting model that's helping to lift folks out of debt, free up their choices, and take off some of the pressure of financial strain. Many in our community have been able to pay their mortgage, close out student loans, remodel their homes, and so much more. And one of the best parts is that we're not the originators of this gifting model. In fact, there are many versions. It's open sourced, meaning that this model was made freely available to anyone and may be distributed and or modified depending upon the community. But we're going to tell you about our special little home, Free People. It's important for you to know that this is also legal and it generates bi-weekly gifts of $1,500. That means you get an extra $3,000 a month just added to your household. So make sure that you watch this entire video to get the full understanding and benefits of this incredible opportunity to thrive together under this gifting model. So who are we? We are a grassroots community of mostly people of color. We're parents, we're students, artists, freelancers, laborers, entrepreneurs, professionals, you name it. And we've decided to come together to build wealth, security, and support within our communities. You should also know that when you join this cooperative, you do it freely. We practice sovereignty here. Why? Because we're firm believers in creating possibility. And during this process, you'll be able to go from fear to faith. Because with faith, vision, and practice, we can make just about anything come to life. We also came together because we're here to change our world. We are done with limiting beliefs that held us hostage to scarcity. So being in this community means having an abundant mindset and practicing that. You should also know that we do this because we love it. It is so much fun getting those gifts as well as serving it to someone in our community and knowing that we're lifting them up. We also believe in you and we got your back. We know that it takes a village. This model can only work when we work together. Many hands make light work. And last but certainly not least, that ties into we have a strict, kind people only policy. That's what makes our community so special. This is not a quick get rich platform, as well as no rude, mean-spirited, dishonest, or manipulative behavior is welcome. Otherwise, you'll be removed from our community. So let's look at where all of this began. Free People Co-op was inspired by a self-sustaining cooperative effort that was first developed in the 1960s in Tanzania, East Africa. It was designed specifically to empower communities financially. It was introduced by Tanzania's first president, Julius Nyerere, and he called this system Ujamaa. Ujamaa means familyhood or extended family or brotherhood in Swahili language. President Nyerere was an anti-colonial activist, and he was a politician, he was a political theorist, and he was fighting for his independence from Britain. He believed in the decolonization of Africa, and he said, "You cannot develop people, you must allow people to develop themselves." You see, he wanted unity between indigenous Africans, and he encouraged the formation of a one-party state, creating a national self-reliance and socialism in Tanzania. Around that same time in the mid-60s, Dr. Maulana Karenga, who is the creator of Kwanzaa, adopted the concept of Ujamaa as well. He said, "To share wealth and work, then, is to share concern, care, and responsibility for a new, more human and fulfilling future." He believed in the concept of economic self-reliance. He believed that it was important to have it at the core of our communities of Black and brown people. He believed that the ultimate purpose of this Ujamaa model was to end poverty so that everyone, even the most vulnerable, could live a decent and empowered life. Free People was also influenced by the traditional Susu. Susu comes from the Yoruba language term Esusu, which is believed to have originated in West Africa among the Yoruba people of Nigeria. It was transported over to the New World by enslaved Africans and is still popular to this day in many different forms throughout Caribbean, Latino, Asian, and African communities. It represents an informal rotating savings club. So people come together and they contribute an equal amount of money into a fund. It could be weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly. The total amount that was collected is then paid to one member of that club on a previously agreed upon scheduled date. Then those people within that community rotate until all members have received their share. The Susu also operates outside of the formal legal and financial systems. And what that means is that people agree to being a part of the Susu based on an oath of allegiance and mutual trust. It's like old school. People say they're going to do something and they follow through. So what makes us a little different is that we've combined the ethics of Ujamaa with the framework of the Susu, but we've added a wealth element into the mix. So basically, instead of, operating as a rotating savings club, we actually focus on generating wealth, not just building savings. So here's how it works. Free People is based on 2-week cycles in which you'll receive $1,500 bi-weekly. First, you're invited word of mouth, not by social media, nor by websites. We purposely ask that anyone who joins this particular community holds it sacred. When it becomes public like that in this way, it invites malice and negative energy. This is not a secret, but keeping something personal. So we ask that you do. Invite word of mouth only, okay? So let's look at how it works. The symbols for Free People's Co-op are Lifeline, Blessings, and Dreamers. You'll notice that in the center, the heart shape is called Lifeline. Lifelines are the ones who receive financial gifts. On both the right and left sides, the hands giving are called Blessings. Those blessings give the gift. They give the $500. The sun shapes are called Dreamers, and those dreamers are your invites. Okay? Our cycles begin on Sunday. When you first join, you're going to give your gift to a lifeline. Okay? The person who invited you will let you know who your lifeline is. Once you give that gift, you automatically get placed in the lifeline position. Okay? Now you begin to build out your community. That first week, once you give your gift, you're preparing for that bi-weekly cycle by getting 2 invites. Your invites will give their gift to their assigned lifeline. Once they are inside of your community, they begin to invite their 2 invites. Their 2 invites give you their blessings, totaling 4 blessings from your 2 invites, coming to a total of $2,000. From the top of that $2,000, you take $500 off and then re-gift it to your original lifeline. After you re-gift to your original lifeline, the cycle is going to happen all over again. 2 more weeks will go by, and once again, you will generate $2,000 and you'll take $500 right off the top and re-gift it to your original lifeline. So essentially, you'll be making $1,500 every 2 weeks, totaling $3,000 a month. And it all started from your original gift out of pocket of $500, but never do you have to give out of pocket again. You just continuously generate from that first seed of your $500. Incredible. So for example, my friend Roz joined on May 10th. She gifted her lifeline. That following week, she brought in Kelly and Mary. They entered in on May 17th. Those are her dreamers because they gave their gifts to their assigned lifeline. Now, their following week, Kelly brought in Maria and Sean, and Mary brought in Julian and Ashley. Those now have become Roz's blessings. That means that they give her gift of $500, coming to a total of $2,000. And off the top, what does she do? She gives that $500 to her original lifeline. And the same thing will happen to you. Easy, simple, and awesome. So let's go over a few frequently asked questions. Some of the questions you might get or that you may be having is, hey, is this really legal? Absolutely. Cash gifting is legal. Did you know that there is a $15,000 tax exclusion for gifting? That means if you regift a person $500 every 2 weeks, that's 26 times a year, equaling $13,000. Still falling underneath the $15,000 gift tax exclusion. This is also a tax write-off for those of you giving the gift. Feel free to look it up on the IRS website or ask your tax accountant for more information. Another question that might be coming up is, well, how is this different from a pyramid scheme? Well, this is definitely not a pyramid scheme. Pyramid schemes are based on network marketing, where each part of the pyramid, after taking a piece of the benefits, forwards the money to the top of the pyramid. Okay? So it's an unsustainable business model where a few top-level members recruit newer members who pay upfront cost up the chain to those who enrolled them. As a newer member, in turn, recruits underlyings of their own, and a portion of those subsequent fees that they receive is then also kicked up the chain. That's not what we're doing. There's no one person at the top, no holder of the funds, no middleman, no banker. Okay, well then, is this a Ponzi scheme? It's not a Ponzi scheme either, okay? A Ponzi scheme is an investment fraud that pays existing investors with funds collected from new investors. This was coined the term Ponzi from one of the most famous stories in history by Charles Ponzi. Basically, he duped investors in the 1920s with a postage stamp speculation scheme. He basically used funds from new investors rather than from genuine profit to pay false returns to earlier investors. So instead of actually investing the money, Ponzi just redistributed it and told the investors they made profit. So, as you can see, that's not anywhere near what we're doing. You see, you send your blessing gift directly to the person who's your lifeline. We're not an investment group, and you don't receive income or an investment in return. Instead, we're gifting. Pyramid schemes and Ponzi schemes, it's just not who we are, and they also don't have a refund policy. But we do. We want everybody to feel comfortable and know that this is an incredible opportunity. So you have up to 7 days to request and receive a full refund. All you need to do is contact your lifeline and the person who invited you. Let them know that you are requesting a refund, and as soon as they find someone to fill your spot, they will return your $500 gift. Please note that this may take a few days up to a few weeks to find someone to secure your spot, but as soon as they do, you will have your $500 returned back to you. And just in case you're wondering, this sounds really great, but what happens if I can't find my 2 people? Well, the thing is that don't worry. You're never denied your opportunity to receive your gifts. It just means that it's delayed. What we recommend is to connect with the person who invited you and stay connected in the community. Stay in communication and let folks know that you need some support in helping to find your 2. And we'll be there, right there with you. I would also encourage you to hop on some of our Zoom calls. We have them 3 times a week for information and questions. And that way you'll get more and more familiar with the people in the community, as well as how to express and share this information with the people that you're inviting. It just helps make you more comfortable. We are a community who's in for the long haul. We're looking at generational wealth. We want to build that for generations to come. And we're in this to win it for each other. What you'll also get by being a part of this community is we'll send you home with a welcome packet. The welcome packet has all the information delivered in this video, along with a gift tax letter that's going to be available for your records. You're going to have access to this video and scripts and templates that allow you to explain how this works to others and for your inviting process so that it can make it easy. You're going to get support from our online community. You can join our Telegram group of Free People Co-op and ask for support and needs there. We have weekly online Zoom calls. Those are live calls where any of your invites can hop on and meet the community and ask questions. So we love for people to connect, to meet us, to feel like this is home for them, and really keep things rocking. So thank you so much for taking the time to watch and listen to this presentation. We're so happy that you were curious enough to learn about us, and we'd love to welcome you in our arms of abundance and really making things work for our communities.